Running start climbs are some of the sketchiest and gnarliest climbs that setters put on the wall, but some of the funnest. It's so crazy. They have you run towards the wall and trust like the tiniest foot chip or the slickest fucking volume they can find. It's insane. Why do they do it? I have no idea, but it's a lot of fucking fun. I mean, most of the time, right? Most of the time, it's one of those things where the risk is so high that the reward feels so good because you're running towards the wall, and if you slip or miss the foothold, you're fucking flying like headfirst into the wall. You're hitting your knees. Something's gonna go bad. And in this video, I have a whole bunch of running start climbs to show off that are a lot of fun. This is a climb at the Arizona Bouldering project, and there's basically no footholds. It's just friction holds on a slab wall. The most faith I put in rubber. This one's wild because you're just like running towards the wall and there's like no like foot chip or actual hold. You're just kind of like trusting the friction on the volume and your foot. That top one does have like a little indent though, I will say that. And then it's slab, so it doesn't get any better with the footholds. It's just all friction this climb. It goes from like a very sketchy run start to a slightly less sketchy hold on a slab. Trusting the volume now. I don't know if it's just that I do slab so much and I love it, but I feel like super comfortable these days. I say sketchy because it is, though. I feel very confident and comfortable on a slab wall. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I mean, hit my head on the wall. That sounds pretty bad, actually. Dude, this climb is so sick. It's like a running start with a dynamic like paddle kind of dyno at the beginning. You run towards the wall and you launch off of a basically vertical volume, and you have to trust it because you jump and you reach one of the holds that you really have to kind of like pull yourself up and kind of do like a pull up to the next one. It's so sick. To me, it was a pretty big jump. I don't know what I was doing. Honestly, looking back at the video, those were like some half-ass efforts, it feels like. First of all, you're running on a mat, so every step you take, so every step you take, you're like going down 6 inches, which is a fucking lot, if you ask me. 4 inches is a lot. Every step you take, you're going down like 6 inches. And so it's like running like worse than sand almost. And so when you jump up to like launch off the volume, you're not running on solid ground. This is what I'm trying to say. So when you try to jump up onto the volume, it's like awkward, you know? But looking back at it, I probably should have like really used my legs more. But that volume's like almost fucking vertical. It's like hard to really kind of launch off of it. I'm just throwing out excuses because I look ridiculous trying to jump and get that hold. I finally get it. And then I'm like lost because I didn't really project the second half of this boulder. Why? But there's like no feet, so you're just like smearing all over the fucking wall to try to get some friction to reach up to that sloper. I was like fighting for my life to make sure I topped that out after finally landing that dyno. Here's another look from a different angle. That boulder was pretty sick. This volume is fucking vertical. You really have to have some like really good hand-eye coordination on this one because you're running towards the wall and you have to like launch off the pads, which is the worst thing to jump from. It's like jumping from an air mattress, jumping from a marshmallow. Like you're not getting like a lot of leverage from the ground, you know? You really have to make sure you're like putting a lot of fucking like friction to heel the fuck down on that volume. And then you have to aim your left foot to this tiny little foot chip. While you're doing that, you also gotta make sure you're trying to catch that hold. Luckily, the handhold was like pretty fucking big, so it was hard to miss. Once you land that like dynamic start though, it's pretty chill. You do a cool move to show off some flexibility, do a little chimney press type shit, just kind of shimmy your way to the top. Really fun climb, but definitely one of those, like if you miss that right foot or if like you catch that volume wrong, you're like slipping off and going like head first into the fucking wall. You just gotta go with confidence though, just confidence. It's all about confidence, baby. This one's not really a running start one. I don't know why this is queued up on my phone to put on the video, though it's here, so let's talk about it. Starts with a dynamic like little pop-up move, which is fun. You don't run at the wall, but you do a little pop. 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 Do that thing up. Okay, so you do a little pop, and you have to like aim for like a blocked off crimp, which was like the hard part, because you really gotta fucking nail your fingers in there. That left foot is pretty good, though you really gotta fucking nail it, because I put a lot of weight on there. I'm not sure if this was really the intended beta, so I kind of like move my weight over like pretty quickly and do a last minute foot swap, and then kind of stab my left foot out on that other foothold on the volume, and kind of like really use the tension to stay on the wall with my left foot going down and my left hand like pulling up on that volume, and then just a little reach to the top. Dude, this one was so sick. I love this climb so much. It was a lot of fun because you run in one direction to a fucking volume, of course, that you have to trust, and you have to launch off that volume to like a dynamic move, which was a lot of fun. So you run, launch off both feet in the opposite direction, jump and catch that hold, so sick. Do a toe hook to stop your momentum and swing, and then kind of like bicycle to stay on the wall. Reach out far left to a little crimp, and then really fucking trust you're gonna slap that sloper. Switch up the feet, get a high right foot on the volume, switch up the feet again so you can reach out to the finish with that left hand. Throw in a heel hook to stay on the wall and match the finish and get that shit. That one was really fun, for sure. I mean, when is a running start to a dyno not fun, you know? Ooh, this one was sick. I love this climb like so much. I normally don't throw out numbers anymore. This was like one of my first V7s. I was like super stoked to get it. So running start, but it's like a running gentle start, because you got to get momentum, but just enough momentum because you jump up, but you got to like stay still once you get on the hold. These mats are easier to jump off of though, because they're not as soft as the Bouldering Project Catch 22 or whatever the fuck, because if you fall, it's not gonna be as soft. Once you find that sweet spot and you're just kind of like posted up on the star hold, you like jump out to this dynamic move and like do like a foot stab on this volume. It's so sick. Then you can start moving your body weight over and try to get on top of these volumes. The footholds aren't really that bad. I mean, they're tiny, but they're not like crazy. I'd say the hardest part was like really trusting the friction on the volume with that right hand and kind of like making sure you pull on that to stay on the wall. High left foot on the volume, rock your body weight over to get some friction on there, and then do this hold that they have is, I hated it. It was like a orb sloper or some shit. It was just like awkward to hold, you know? What was worse was the finish hold though, because there's no feet on that left hand side, so you really gotta figure out how you're gonna match that finish hold on the far left, and it's not a good hold. It's like a worse orb sloper hold. I ended up really like trying to trust like a palm press into it, hoping I didn't slip off, and then kind of doing one of those little finger matches. This running start was dope because you're running up a couple volumes to like a dynamic coordination catch for the start hold. There's just like so much going on mentally where you're watching your feet because you don't want to miss the volume and then slam your head against the wall. So you want to make sure you have good feet. Though at the same time, you're also trying to like figure out on the wall where the handhold is on one and then on the other as well, because you have to really kind of pull yourself and use that tension to stay on the wall. A lot to focus on, which is fun. It's part of the fun, right? Then just work your way up to the top, you know, step up with the right hand, left hand, step up with the left, step up with the right hand, then match. Pretty chill after that first move. Running towards the wall can be pretty scary, like if you're not used to it and you don't do it a lot. I mean, for me, it's kind of scary still because anything can happen. So here's the thing, you have to go with confidence. If you half-ass trying to do a move, it's gonna end up worse, like majority of the time. My advice is if you ever feel like sketched out on something or uncertain you're gonna make the move, go maximum effort. You're better off just like trying as hard as you can. Don't be timid or shy about it, just fucking go for it. I swear you're most likely gonna get it that way. But if you fuck yourself up, don't come at me. Know your limits. If you're running and stepping on a volume, really heel down and get as much of the surface of your foot on the volume. You want as much friction as you can, so really focus, Make sure your heels are flexible where you can. Put as much as you can and like stand up and put your weight on that volume. If you're running towards a foothold, like an actual foothold on the wall, really dial in and focus and make sure you're watching your foot like actually land on that foothold, and then worry about the hands later. Like know like what you're supposed to do with your hands, though. You need solid feet when you're running and jumping on the wall. So number one priority, you have time. You have more than enough time. I know it seems like everything's happening so quick, but you have more than enough time to like focus, put your weight on that foot, and then grab the handhold. I got a lot of dope videos coming your way. I still have to post the Dead Point climbing competition from Salt Lake City, the Front Climbing Center, plus the Seattle Boulder Fest competition that I still need to post. So that'll be coming up soon. Then I just got back from the AIDS life cycle, so I have 7 days of like straight cycling videos, 560 miles from San Francisco to Los Angeles. So I'll have a few videos from that cycling adventure. So make sure you sub, hit that notification so you can check out some cool shit, get inspired to go out and go climbing and go cycling yourself. Get hyped, get in the mindset. All right, peace out. And comment too, bro. Comment some nice shit. Give me words of encouragement.